you.
Katie, good to be with you.
I understand that you and Senator Obama played basketball today. Tell us how he was feeling about tonight's results, and was he feeling optimistic?
Well, Katie, he was in a good mood, a very serious mood because of the enormity of what's happening today and tonight. But he was very much focused on winning the games we were playing. His team won a few, my team was 0 for 3, so he had a good night, and we hope that continues for the rest of the night.
Okay, if you could just stand by, Senator, for a second, because we do have a call. We can now tell you the projected winner in New Mexico, Senator Barack Obama, helped because this has the highest percentage of Hispanics than any state in the country. An important win, a targeted win for the Obama campaign, a formerly red state, part of their Western strategy, along with Nevada and Colorado. Right now, we can tell you that New Mexico goes into the Obama column with 5 electoral votes. So looking at the tallies right now, you can see John McCain with 124, Barack Obama closing in ever closer to 200, 270 necessary to clinch this election. Going back to Senator Casey, do you think this is over, Senator? Is there anything that concerns you as you watch the polls close in some of these western states?
Well, Katie, I'm not sure about the national numbers, but I was very much encouraged by what we saw in Pennsylvania, where you're seeing a very broad win across the state, across voter groups that a lot of Democrats don't have success with. So I think it's a testament to Senator Obama's message of change, but also I think his character. This is a man of tremendous faith and strength of character, the kind of leader we're going to need to help guide us through this very difficult economic time in our history.
Are you surprised that he did so well in Pennsylvania, given the fact that Hillary Clinton beat him by 10 points during the primary?
Well, I always thought he could win the state, but you have to understand, in 65 years, only Lyndon Johnson and Franklin Roosevelt have gotten more than 51% of the vote. So if he goes above that, which looks like he'll go way above that, that's an unprecedented win. And I think it bodes well for his ability to govern as President of the United States, to be able to bring people together. I think in many ways he's a transcendent figure in our history, and he can bring people together to solve a lot of tough economic problems that many of our families face.
Let me ask you a more microcosmic question, if I could, Senator, and it's about Joe Lieberman. As you know, he's been really all over John McCain out on the campaign trail. They are thick as thieves. He's a really good friend of John McCain's. He spoke at the Republican National Convention. He's an independent. He caucuses with the Democrats. Will he remain in the Democratic caucus, given the fact that you all have increased your majority so far?
Oh, I don't know the answer to that, Katie. That'll be determined in the weeks ahead. But I think that one thing we've got to do, and I think what Senator Obama has done very well in the tough crucible of a campaign is to try to bring people together, to try as best he could as a candidate to appeal to the better angels of our nature, and I think that's the kind of president we need.
All right, Senator Bob Casey, as we're watching pictures of a huge crowd at Grant Park, very excited, I think, every time they see another state. And there you have Ebenezer Baptist Church watching the returns there, probably just getting the news that New Mexico has gone into the Obama column as well. A lot of jubilation, a very important night we can't overemphasize at all for African Americans and for this country in terms of what a historic moment this is.
Can I just tell you a quick story? 1963 March on Washington. We go through an inner city street on the way to the march. There is an old African American on the stoop weeping for joy. And all he's saying over and over again is, all my life I've been waiting to see this day come to pass. All my life. Yes. He was talking about a march of white and blacks for the right to vote. I had to tell you, I was thinking about, as Ohio went into Obama's column, he's probably not around today, but what he and folks like him might be thinking today, you can't ignore that this is an astonishing moment in American history.
And winning New Mexico is huge. I mean, I think now it is just virtually impossible for John McCain. I just don't think you can find the numbers on this map, can find a way for John McCain to win. Now, I preface all this by saying, yes, the polls are still open on the West Coast. There are still, but please go vote, folks. If you haven't voted yet, there are other offices to be decided. But I can't figure out a way that John McCain can win now. I just can't figure that out.
All right, let's go to Anthony Mason, who has some interesting exit polling results, because obviously Barack Obama registered more African Americans, increased turnout in many states, but he had to convince white Americans that he could lead this country, and you have some interesting exit poll data on that, Anthony.
Yeah, Katie, actually, we want to look at why Obama won Ohio, and it goes to a lot of those things you were talking about and more, in fact. I mean, this is a state that Bush won in both the last 2 elections, but this is a state now with a 7% unemployment rate and with the 7th highest foreclosure rate. So you look at the breakdown of what Obama won, he took young voters by a margin of almost 2 to 1. He took women with 54%.
Yes!
And 4 years ago, this vote split between Kerry and Bush. Economy was the biggest issue here, as I mentioned, and Barack Obama took 55% of those who said the economy was their top concern. What's more, he won the white working class with 50% to 47.
Yes.
A lot of people thought he couldn't draw men, but let's take a look and see how men went. And we'll see that 4 years ago in Ohio, Bush actually took males 52 to 47%, but Obama literally flipped that on its head. He won 52 to 46. He lost among white voters, but he still did very well, taking 46% of white men. So you see, he built a coalition in Ohio, Katie, that went across the board. He won the African-American vote, but it was much more than that.
All right, Anthony Mason, thank you. Barack Obama is 71 electoral votes away from the presidency, but John McCain mathematically is not out of it yet, as we await results from some key battleground states. We'll be right back.